everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Slade, the Buffyverse Revisited. I'm one of your hosts. I am Jeremy.
I am your other host, James.
And James, this week, we are going to be baptizing our way into Season 7, Episode 18, Dirty Girls.
I asked you last week never to do that again?
I know, but let's be real. How often do I listen to you?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I felt that way too.
Let's
James, we haven't seen each other in approximately 35 minutes. How the hell are you? How has life been? And have there been any major changes that we should be made aware of?
I've been fantastic.
Okay.
Life has been good.
Okay.
And there are no major changes that you should be aware of.
Well, thanks for taking up 14 seconds to tell us that. I look for you to take up a little time, and you fail me consistently.
I'm sorry. I can tell you that Darlene did not like any of those M&Ms.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
So she definitely didn't like the cinnamon roll one.
Okay.
She didn't care for the cherry chocolate cupcake one.
Okay.
And she said the lemon one is good, but it's not an M&M, which is fair.
That's kind of what I was thinking all along. Like, I don't know if I would call any of these M&Ms. I mean, to me, there are two M&Ms. There are peanut M&M and plain M&M. And beyond that, it's just kind of they're playing with the formula. Like, why not create these delectable candies under a different name, such as not M&Ms?
Well, then what would you call an almond M&M?
Bullshit.
What would you call peanut butter M&Ms?
Tolerable.
No, I mean if you were gonna, let's say you're the M&M company, okay, and you're like, you've got original M&Ms and you've got peanut M&Ms, and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, I've got an idea. Let's take the M&M chocolate candy shell and fill it with peanut butter. Okay, if it's not an M&M, then what do you call it?
Not an M&M. Like, I think that would be funny, and I think that would make people giggle, and they would buy them. And instead of having little M's written on all of them, it would be N/M.
Well, I think you're wrong, and I think marketing departments probably think you're wrong too.
Well, let's be real here. Most marketing departments are fucking useless these days.
Yeah, I don't know.
Listen, the reason marketing sucks these days is because back in the day, like, marketing firms and departments and whatnot ran on coffee and cocaine, and they came up with some crazy fucking hook shit.
I guess I'm being kind of serious. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, okay, you've got original M&Ms and you've got peanut M&Ms, but then what are they supposed to call anything they do that's a variation of that? Like, they decided to do peanut butter, so then if you're not going to call it peanut butter M&Ms, what do you call it?
I don't do it. That's the thing. Like, why fuck with what works and what has worked for, I don't know how long, 70 years? I mean, I'm like, listen, if somebody pitches that at a board meeting or whatever kind of meeting where they pitch stuff, I'm like, you're fired. Because we are the M&M brand. We make M&Ms, and we already make the two M&Ms that matter.
Okay.
Like, if we're just going to go throwing shit in M&Ms, then we've lost our fucking identity.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Listen, I'm old school, baby. And I don't need all of this chaos in my candy life.
There's got to be innovation. Like, you can't, like,
You don't innovate. No. Every time you try to innovate on something that works, you ruin it.
That's not true because you've always got the original to like. Okay, you don't like peanut butter M&Ms. That's fine. Then don't buy peanut butter M&Ms. That doesn't mean they shouldn't exist.
No, that absolutely means they shouldn't exist. If I don't like something, no one should have access to it. No. I'm saying purely as from a company standpoint. Like, I'm not talking about me as the consumer. I'm talking about from the company's perspective. Like, I just wouldn't want to, like, I'm like, listen, let's just focus on what we do good, and let's leave innovation up to losers who are trying to catch up to our awesomeness. I mean, seriously, like, I mean, I'm saying it in a facetious, smart-ass way, but that's kind of my take. I'm like, why do we need to innovate? We're M and fucking M's. Like, find me someone on the planet that doesn't like one of our two styles of M&Ms, and I'll kill that person.
All right, well, okay.
I'm just saying, you know. And listen, I'm pretty much always right, so.
Okay. I think from a marketing standpoint, that's kind of a. Even if you are the M&M company, I get what you're saying. You're the M&M company. Everyone either loves M&Ms or they love peanut M&Ms. But even if you're the M&M company, you have to innovate, because if you're not innovating, then somebody else is swooping in with
subpar candies.
But they could overtake you potentially.
What's the likelihood though of that?
I'm just saying that's how
probably
you have to
think. Probably slim to none, James.
But that's how you have to think when you're running a business. Like,
is it? So okay. So let me put it to you. Let me throw this at you and see if it sticks. Do you feel like M&M's is still the monster, the slayer of candy because of all these wild innovations they've made?
I think it helps.
Do you?
Yes, I honestly do.
You think their portfolio and their bottom line have been significantly impacted by, let's just say, for instance, what'd you just say? Almond M&Ms.
Yes.
You feel, so you're saying that you feel like M&Ms would be maybe not doing so well monetarily if they were still just peanuts and plain.
Yes.
Because there's a clear competitor in.
I'm not saying that M&M's would be like on the verge of bankruptcy, but I'm saying there's a reason why they still have those other M&M variations on the shelf. If they weren't seeing significant monetary value in having those other variations on the shelf, then they wouldn't have them.
Who do you
That's
look
what
at?
I'm saying.
Who do you look at as M&M's competition?
I couldn't tell you like off the top of my head.
That's because they don't have any competition.
But I understand what you are saying. What I am saying is that
is incorrect, and you should stop.
No, what I am saying is that would M&M as a company still be existing and still be huge if they just had M&Ms and peanut M&Ms? Yes, of course. Of course they would.
Okay.
Because there's off-brands, of course, of those products, and maybe people
there
buy
are
those.
Because I have never seen an off-brand, because they have the patent on all of that shit.
There's the only thing they have really patented is having the M on the candy.
I might need to Google that.
Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure you're wrong there.
Let's see. I will.
Because why wouldn't there just be just gazillions and gazillions of, wannabe M&Ms? Like, why wouldn't you just see them everywhere? And you never do.
So there's a company called Unreal. They have what they call milk chocolate gems.
Uh-huh.
and those are an
Oh no
M&M.
no! There are definitely people who make. Okay, like for instance, like at Easter time, at least when I was a kid, I know there's all kinds of these different little generic, like not M&M wannabe M&M things. But I guess my point is, have any of those ever been even close to dethroning?
Oh no, and that's not what I'm saying. I just said, like, if M&M's only had M&M and peanut M&M, they would still be a huge company, and no one would like Aldi brand M&Ms aren't gonna dethrone M&M. Like,
Yeah,
you
because they
know what
taste
I'm
like
saying?
ass.
But what I'm saying is that Eminem obviously has seen some sort of monetary bottom line increase by innovating into peanut butter M&Ms, pretzel M&Ms, almond M&Ms, crispy M&Ms, that sort of thing. M&M minis. Otherwise, those products wouldn't still exist. They would have put them out. Everyone would have been like, fuck you, I don't want these. And that would have been the end of it.
Okay,
That's all I'm saying.
fair enough point. I think that that's more to do with, well, we want to expand our portfolio because every little nickel, hey, we'll take every little nickel. But if those all cease to exist tomorrow, we're all still living on multi-million
Well,
dollar
sure.
yachts and,
Sure. I mean,
like,
there's only two products that I can think of off the top of my head where what was originally the generic knockoff brand has become the the name brand,
okay.
and that's Oreos and Pop Tarts.
Wait, what? What?
Yeah,
Who?
Oreos were originally a knockoff of the same type of cookie, chocolate wafer cookies with a cream middle, called Hydrox.
I think they probably won that just in the fact that who wants to eat a cookie called Hydrox?
I'm just telling you, Hydrox used to be what Oreo is now, and Oreo eventually overtook them.
And who was making Pop Tarts before Pop Tarts?
Toastums.
Are you sure that those are older than Pop Tarts?
Yes.
Are you willing to stake your life on it?
Let's see.
Because I have seen and I have had Toastums, right? Yeah, Toastums.
Yeah.
But I could have swore those came. I don't know. That just seems incorrect to me.
Let's see. Yes, Toastum pop-ups were before Pop-Tarts.
But are they
Toastum
the same thing?
Yeah, Toastum pop-ups. Yeah, they're
Like
they're the same.
they have the stuff inside and they got the icing, whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
on the out. Huh.
Yeah,
And you said this cookie was called Hydrox?
Hydrox. Yes.
Oh, that just sounds so. Why would. Who. Okay, talk about fail marketing. Whoever came up with that name should have been fucking executed.
They they debuted in 1908, and they're hard to find anymore, but the company still exists. They're owned by Leaf Brands, but you can't hardly find them anywhere.
Well, learn something new every day. Sounds to me like a couple of companies that deserve to get fucking dethroned. Hydrox. Who the dude? I am so into knowing who came up with that name now because I want to haunt their ancestors. Like I want to find like their great 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 grandson and be like, your fucking great 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 grandfather was a fucking retard.
Yeah. So, let's see. They were originally
Next, you're going to tell me there was a Jello before there was a Jello.
There probably was.
You go. You fucking go. You shut your fuck. You go to hell.
Yeah, the original company that created Hydrox was Sunshine Biscuits. Biscuit.
Can you
Company.
think of a worse name for a cookie? Well, maybe like poop. But I mean, like, some guys are sitting around, they're like, dude, this cookie's fire. Like, we should, like, totally, name this thing and just make it a thing and sell it. What do you think we should call it? And the one guy's like, I don't know, like chocolatey yum yum. And the other guy's like, I don't know, I like the cream. Let's call it, creamy goodness. And then the other guy's like, guys, listen to me. Look at me. I have it. And they're like, yeah. And he's like, Hydrox. And they're like, oh my God, mind blown.
So here's where the name came from. Inspired by purity and goodness, the name is derived from hydrogen and oxygen elements within the water molecule.
That makes no sense.
Well,
that is so stupid. That is so, stupid. But also, it's so,
it's what
in the weeds.
It's what you would call bottled water if you were manufacturing bottled. You're like,
dude, if somebody handed me a water and was like, dude, try this new water, and I'm like, oh, what is it? And they're like, it's called Hydrox. I'd be like, okay, like, but like if they're like, hand me a cookie and they're like, try this, and what's it called? Lava. Hydrox. It's just stupid, and that's so like. God damn it, I can't think of the term I'm wanting to pull here, but it's so just in the weeds there. That's like, okay, so this cookie has chocolate. Chocolate comes from the cocoa bean. Cocoa beans are generally grown in, arid climates. Arid climates are, let's call it the equator. It's stupid. So yeah, they deserve to fail, and frankly, I hope all of their heirs have bad lives.
Wow, that's harsh.
Yeah. And I won't take it back.
No, I mean you don't have to.
Yeah. James, real quick,
yes.
before we come out of the weeds here,
did you? I thought you had something you wanted to talk about in the weeds.
Well, not necessarily, not that deep, but I jotted down a few ideas while we were on break.
Sure.
Just some random things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then look at us. We went into the weeds all on our own.
Yeah. Who would have known we needed to know about fucking Hydrox cookies? And the fact that you know those two things, it concerns me a little bit.
There was a great limited run series on the History Channel called The Foods That Built America.
Yeah, I saw a couple of those episodes. Like there was one about the Kellogg's brothers.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw a couple of them. Yep. Anyway, so I just jotted down like some really just random shit that came to my head. I shouldn't say jotted it down. I typed it into a text file on my phone. So
sure.
Let me hit you with one.
Sure.
We'll just see how this goes. Because if this goes decently, then hey, I can keep coming up with this stupidity, and we have things to talk about for the weeds.
Sure.
If ghosts are real, James,
okay,
why are they always from like the 1850s? Like where are like the 2007 like emo ghosts?
Oh, that's a good question.
This went over a fucking turd in a punch bowl.
I don't have an answer.
That's a good question, Jeremy.
It's a good question. I mean, maybe we're just not hearing about those ghosts yet. I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay, let me hit you with something else. Maybe that just wasn't a good. Maybe that just wasn't a good one.
I mean, but also, like, how... Where are you getting this information that all ghosts are from, like, the 1950s?
I said the 1850s.
Or 1850s.
Well, I'm not. It's oh god, it's not that I'm getting this information from anywhere. I'm just saying, like, every time you see these movies or stories, it's like always like these old, like, oh, there was a captain that was the captain of this ship that ate at this restaurant all the time from 1908, and he died, but he still haunts this. It's always something like that. It's not like, listen, this little emo bitch hung herself in 2007 and she's still haunting this place, and she's running around like with, fucking eyeliner and yeah. Anyway,
well, I think the easy answer to that is that emo people want to die, so they have no reason to stick around haunting places.
Oh, okay. Well, this is super fun. James, one last question for you before I cut myself. Is cereal soup?
This is a good one. This is kind of like the whole is a hot dog a sandwich thing.
Yeah. What is a hot dog if not a sandwich? Listen, to me, if you're going to have a corn dog, then no, it's not a sandwich. But if it's on some type of bready old concoction, it's a sandwich.
Because a sandwich is defined as meat between two pieces of bread. And what is a hot dog if not meat between two pieces of bread?
Unless you're on keto and you're just eating the hot dog.
Right. In which case, shoot yourself.
Right. In which case, if you're on keto or on any type of diet, frankly, hurt yourself.
Right. Before we go into the is cereal a soup question, ketchup on a hot dog, yes or no?
100% yes. Well, fuck you. I hope you don't ever come back, you son of a bitch. Okay. Mustard on a hot dog, yes or no?
Yes, absolutely. The only acceptable condiment.
What? That's not even a Chicago thing, dickhead.
That's the only Excuse me?
That's not even a Chicago thing, dickhead.
Yes, it is.
Ever heard of a chili dog?
Yeah. Chili dogs aren't from Chicago.
Yeah, but do you like a chili dog?
Well, sure, I like a chili dog. But
only mustard can be on a hot dog.
Is chili a condiment?
Oh, you said the only acceptable condiment. Okay. But still, that's equally retarded.
I'm sorry.
Wait. I get it. You're a Chicago moron.
Listen, I'm not saying other people can't put ketchup on their hot dog. I'm saying I will not put ketchup on my hot dog.
Do you not like ketchup, like, otherwise?
No, I like ketchup, yeah.
Then why wouldn't you want it on your hot dog?
Because it's not good on... To me, it is not a good...
Wait, you like a Chicago dog?
Which does not have ketchup on it.
No, but what does it have on it?
The way I order mine, it's got mustard,
okay,
a pickle spear, celery salt, and that's it.
Oh, that's it? That's not a Chicago dog.
No, I never said...
That's don't a pussy dog.
A Chicago dog has on it mustard, celery salt, a pickle spear, dill pickle relish.
Yeah, which I prefer the sweet relish.
Typically onions and sport peppers.
What about tomatoes?
And tomato, yes, and tomato.
Yes. And tomatoes make
ketchup.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
I don't like tomatoes.
But you like ketchup.
But I like ketchup.
You are an enigma wrapped in wet used toilet paper.
I don't like the way tomatoes feel in my mouth.
Well, okay. That's fine. Because I also have texture issues with certain things. So if that's what it is,
yes,
I'll give you a pass.
Thank you.
If it's texture related, you always get a pass from me because I have some of those issues too.
I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of.
Love a good tomato.
My dad used to eat them like apples, a little bit of salt.
That's how my mom will eat them. Like I'm not really into that, but like if it's a truly good tomato, and you put it on like a really fire burger, oh, bro, it's like
I think that tomato and salt thing might be a southern thing because both of your mom and my dad both grew up in the South, Kentucky,
as did my father.
Okay,
so I'm double whammied with well, we've said it before. My mom is a Hatfield, so
yes.
She's about as southern as it gets. But yeah, she'll just sit. Oh, and she also likes fried green tomatoes. That I do not enjoy, James, because they are what's called not ripe, and therefore they taste like shit, in my opinion. And frankly, anyone who eats them should have bad things happen to them.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, I'm not saying other people can't have ketchup on their hot dog. Like, there's places here in Chicago that will not serve you ketchup on a hot dog, which I think is ridiculous. Like, if
they'll give me what I goddamn tell them to give me.
Well, like Gene and Jude's doesn't even have ketchup. Like,
well, then they'll take their ass to the store and get some.
Which I think is ridiculous. Like,
it's dumb. I mean, if I'm running a hot dog joint, I'm going to have fucking everything I can possibly think of because it's like it's what the customer wants. You fuckhead. Like, that makes me think of like those dickheads in like Philly who's like they have cheesesteak places are only certain. They're like, we won't even serve it. I'm like, fuck you. Then I wouldn't come into your fucking place to take a dump.
Right. But yeah, so like I said, I agree. I think that, like, I don't want ketchup on my hot dog, but if someone else does, like, then put ketchup on your hot dog. Like, it's not
but
that
you clicked off as though I was a piece of shit for saying yes. Now I could totally get it if you were like, I truly hate ketchup, like I can't even stand. Then I'd be like, well, then okay, it makes sense. But you're like, no, I like ketchup. I just don't like it to be on something that's equally delicious.
I was trying to be dramatic for the audience.
Oh, well, you hurt me, James. You hurt me.
I'm sorry.
And I don't know that I'll be able to come back from this.
You will. But no, I like ketchup. Like I'm big fan of. I believe fries and ketchup belong together. I believe.
Okay. Mayo and fries, go.
Not my top choice, but I have done it before.
Yes, you have. Because it might not be the top choice, but there's times where you're like, you know what, this is pretty fucking fire.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Back to your is cereal a soup question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go no. Go no.
Okay. Take me into your thought process.
So, soup to me needs to be savory.
Okay.
And it usually has to contain some sort of meat or vegetable.
Okay.
Obviously, in some sort of broth. And obviously is best served hot, unless you're a fan of vichyssoise, which is cold.
I've heard of that. I don't think I would like it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna go no. Cereal is not a soup.
I've even thought back and been like, Don't ask me. I hit the wrong button. So agreed. 100% agreed. I've been asked this question before, and I'm always like, no, fucking cereal's not a soup. If cereal's a soup, then baby oil's made from babies. Like, that's just stupid. You know, it's like, no, cereal's not a soup. The things you just said are the most important. Soup should be hot, savory. It should have either a meat or a vegetable in it, one or the other, and a broth. That's a soup.
Yeah.
Just because it's wet doesn't make it a soup.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
1,000% even.
2,000%, if you will.
I agree that 5,000% is right where we need to be.
Listen, if you can't look at a bowl of cereal and with 10,000% certainty say that is not soup, there's something probably wrong with you.
We couldn't agree more, James. We could not, if we even tried, could not agree more.
Could not agree more. Now, here's a debate here in Chicago. Well, not so much in Chicago, but other parts of the country when referring to Chicago style pizza.
Oh, I know what you're going to say, but go ahead.
Is Chicago style pizza or a casserole?
Okay. I'm just going to say my opinion. Now you're talking like because Chicago is known for like deep dish pizza, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Which I do enjoy. I'm going to say no, it's not a casserole because of it does have a crust, okay? Might not be your traditional pizza crust, but there is a crust. Now, if you were to make that same dish without any type of breading, crust, whatever you want to call it, I could see an argument. Yeah, maybe that is. I would be more apt to maybe call it a goulash, maybe. But I could see the argument that you could call it a casserole. But I think the presence of a crust slash breading, however you want to say it, precludes it from being a casserole. That's just my opinion. And I'm not even a Chicagoan, nor have I ever been there, but that would just be my opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
And how do you feel, James?
I agree. I think the fact that there is a base, so typical deep dish pizza, you've got your base crust, which goes up the side of your pan, and then you've got your pizza toppings, typically cheese, cheese, pepperoni in my case, and then you've got another layer of crust, and then you've got your sauce on the top.
Right. Right. That's a true deep dish.
Right, and I'm with you. I think that inclusion of the crust precludes it from being a casserole. Now, if you just had pizza toppings, and then yeah, it would be more of a. Well, I mean, it would be weird to eat just cheese and pepperoni and sauce, but
yeah.
But
well, hey, while we're on the pizza topic, let me just tell you. There's people on the East Coast, and I don't mean just New York. There's a lot of people on the East Coast who believe that pizza should be crust. Okay, like New York style crust, not thin and crispy, but kind of thinner-ish. Crust, pizza sauce, cheese, done. That's it.
Oh yeah.
There's no such thing as toppings on pizza, they say.
Right.
And I'm like, well, you're not living a happy life.
No. Yeah.
Why would you not want to put? Like, I'll put I will dump a salad on a fucking pizza. Like, you can put except I don't want anchovies and I don't want black olives. But other than that, you can dump the kitchen sink on a pizza, and I'm like, hell yeah, keep on going.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, you can't have toppings. I'm like,
that's weird.
Yeah, I'd hate to see what you're like in bed.
So yeah, I agree with you. I think the presence of the crust precludes it from being a casserole. Now, another debate, kind of, is a deep dish pizza a pie as opposed to a pizza?
Well,
I'm going to get in on this before you say your piece and then get your opinion.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to say I agree, but I can see a valid argument for deep dish pizza being a pie. because there are savory pies out there.
Well, I'm also going to say that I can see an argument that you could call just about any pizza a pie. That's why a lot of times they say, "Give me a slice of pie."
That's true. That's true.
It's a pizza pie.
Yeah.
I let's put it this way: I can't come up with a valid, reasonable argument against it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I look at a pizza and think, I want a piece of pie.
Right.
But
exactly. Yeah.
But if we're just talking, technical terms here, there's lots of what's it called? Like shepherd's pie,
mincemeat pies.
Right, there's lots of hot pies.
Yeah.
And that have meats and vegetables and what. So yeah, I don't, and it definitely has crust. So yeah. But again, I'm not going to say, hey, let me get one of those pieces of pie over there. I'm just going to say, can I have a slice of pizza?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James, we're 36 and a half minutes into recording.
Jesus, are we really?
I think maybe we should, tell you what, make me up a pie of dates and deets for this week's episode.
Jesus Christ, 40 minutes in already.
Yeah.
Especially going into being like, are we even going to have anything to go into the weeds about?
Clearly, James, it doesn't take much for us to go off into the weeds.
As previously stated, we will be baptizing our way into the 18th episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 7, the 140th episode of the series overall, Dirty Girls. Our episode credited writer is Drew Goddard, and our credited director is Michael Gershman. Our original broadcast air date was April 15th, 2003 on the now defunct UPN network. Our Nielsen rating for this episode, 2.3, ranking it 95 out of the 113 primetime shows airing across network television that week, and number 5 out of the 10 primetime shows airing on UPN that week. Our regular cast, as always, includes Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy, Nicholas Brendan as Xander, Emma Caulfield as Anya, Michelle Trachtenberg as Dawn, James Marsters as Spike, Allison Hannigan as Willow. Our guest stars this week include Anthony Stewart Head as Giles, Nathan Fillion as Caleb, Tom Link as Andrew, Lyria Lemon as Kennedy, Indigo as Rona, Clara Bryant as Molly, Sarah Hagen as Amanda, Christy Wu as Chu-Ann, D.B. Woodside as Principal Wood, Mary Welcher as Shannon, Dania Ramirez as Caridad, Rachel Bilson as Colleen, Carrie Southworth as Betty, Miranda Kwok as Diane, Felicia Day as V, a bunch of other people that appear in.
Yeah, you could just read the main ones each week. Yeah, you don't need to read them
in a flashback. And Eliza Dushku making her triumphant return to Buffy as Faith. Welcome back, Eliza.
And Nathan Fillion, who I fucking love.
I mentioned him already.
No, I know. I'm just saying, let's pretend like I played the applause for him, too.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair. And yeah, I started mentioning a bunch of people that were actually only seen in, like, the previously on Buffy shit, so... I
would stop after, like, the main constant guest stars every week. Like, I wouldn't even go beyond that if it were me.
Let's see. We open...
No, we sure don't.
My synopsis this week reads... Faith returns to Sunnydale just in time to meet the first evil agent, Caleb. Buffy leads the troops into a battle with Caleb, which ends with 2 dead potentials and a seriously wounded Xander.
Wow, bury the lead much.
As I was reading it, I don't know if you noticed, I paused a little bit Because in my mind, I was like, oh, Jeremy's going to hate this.
Well, I got news for you. Mine's just as bad.
I don't read them before we record this.
I do because I write mine out on my what I call my run sheet. So, yeah. Anyway, mine reads, although Buffy now has faith on her side, that doesn't happen until the episode gets started, assholes. They are still no match for the first, who now has a young preacher named Caleb on its side. I'm like, wow, that's all things that none of that needed to be said. Like, you know.
So we open as a young woman is being chased through the woods by bringers. And she runs out into the street and is quickly picked up by a stranger driving a old beat-up pickup truck.
She should have known there was going to be an issue, though, because it had a great big sticker on the door that said, honk if you're horny, so she should have been like, never, I'm just going to keep running.
She gets into the truck, and we see that this man is dressed as a preacher. He's wearing the cloth of the holy man, and they introduce themselves. Her name is Shannon, and his name is Caleb. And we quickly learn that Caleb is in league with the Bringers, and therefore in league with the First. And he's telling Shannon that she's dirty and was born without a soul, and she's a whore, and all this other stuff. And then he, at one point, he pushes the lighter on the truck in, and then a little while later, he pulls it out and he sticks it onto this ring that he's wearing, and he fucking jams it into her neck and brands her. Yeah. And he tells her, he's like, now there's a car a little ways behind us, and they're gonna take you to where you need to go, and when you get there, I want you to give her a message. And then he emphasizes, he's like, the actual Slayer, like the one and only true Slayer. I want you to give her a message. And she says, okay.
She's like, okay, and I'll tell Faith. Go ahead. What's your message?
Yeah. And he then proceeds to stab her in the gut, and he leans in close and whispers something in her ear. Something in the air.
Something in the air tonight.
And whispers something in her ear, and then
sweet nothings.
He pulls the knife out of her gut and leans away from her, and he's like, now let's see what we can do about that door. And he kicks open the door and pushes her out onto the highway and speeds off. And as she tumbles out onto the street, we see the aforementioned little car screech to a stop in front of her, and Willow gets out of the car and comes running up to her, and someone else gets out of the car behind Willow's, and she's cloaked in shadow, or this other person is cloaked in shadow. And as she approaches Willow, she's suddenly hit by the moonlight, and we see that it's Faith. And Faith looks at the girl stabbed in the street and says, I must be back in Sunnydale. That's our cold open. Wolf Howl. Roll credits.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I just want to say that opening scene with meeting Caleb, I love how, like, for like the first half of it, dude, everything's normal. He's just like, wow, that's fucking crazy. You know, he's being really nice and understanding and everything. And she's like, yeah, I don't know why these guys are after me. I don't understand. And he's like,
he's straight up like, do you think it's because you're a whore, Shannon?
Well, he's like, he looks all like he's really contemplating her thought there. And he's like, well, have you ever given any thought to maybe it's because you're a whore? And she's like, whoa! And he's like, hey, I'm not slut shaming. I'm just saying you clearly are a whore. And I don't know, like when that happened, and it's probably wrong, but I just busted out laughing. And I was like, wow, what a dick. I had forgotten about that. So, when we come back, hey, we're back at Xander's apartment that we haven't seen for months.
Yeah.
Which I was under the impression, okay, he just doesn't have his apartment anymore. He's given up his sweet bachelor pad to go live with Buffy and some annoying teenage girls. Because hello, how's he paying for this apartment? He does not. I don't care what anybody says. He does not have a job anymore.
He's not working anymore.
No. Like, it's not like he went, like he had the job at the school, you know, like they finished up the school and he got like so much money that he just doesn't have to work anymore. Like, it's not like that. So,
right.
He's obviously, you know, the landlord. He's, because, yeah, you know. Anyway, for some reason, a bunch of the girls are with him at his apartment. I guess, I'm assuming they have finally run out of space at Buffy's place, which it annoys me for some reason, even though this is not real, but it annoys me for some reason that Spike gets the whole entire, like this huge basement that they could really use at this point. But Spike gets it all to himself, and that annoys me for some reason. Like, I'm like, dude, why can't we go down? Like, why can't we have some of those military cots? Like, we could fit a lot of us down there. We wouldn't be on top of each other, smelling each other's farts all night, you know? Anyway. But, oh no, Spike has to have his own personal whack-off fucking hut. So, anyway. So Xander is talking, he's like laying in bed, and one of the girls is sitting on his bed talking to him, and about how she's so young and she's never even been with a man before. And then out of nowhere another girl appears, and she's like, and I've never been with her in front of another man. And Xander's like, oh really? Well, I mean, and then the door to his bedroom opens, and he looks out there, and it's all the rest of the teenage girls. I want to reiterate that. Teenage girls out there in their like bras and panties, like having pillow fights, and it's like kind of slow-mo, and like, you know, their hair is blowing in the wind, and everybody's titties are bouncing, and he's just like, and then something jolts him, and he wakes up. He's been dreaming this, and it's Rona, and she, God, she wakes him up to let him know that, I forget which other girl, has got stomach flu and has jammed up the toilet, I guess, and he needs to go plunge it. And I'll be like, look, listen to me. He who laid it needs deflate. So I'm not going to go pump your turd down the toilet, like down the fucking bowl. You can do that. But that's what they're letting him know. And he doesn't get up right away to go help them because he has a giant erection and doesn't want them to. And he's probably had some nocturnal emissions from his disgusting teenage girl dream. That's why I was not. Listen, I know it says in the credits that it was written by Drew Goddard. I call bullshit. This is clearly a Joss Whedon thing.
Yeah,
this is so Joss Whedon.
This is 100% like Joss peeked his head in the writer's room that week and was like,
I got a scene.
I got an idea, guys. You put this in. All those teenage girls we've got on set, put them in their bras and panties, have them have a pillow fight, have two of them come on to Xander. Put it in.
Yep.
Do it.
Put it in. And then have Xander have a raging Woodrow so he can't get up out of bed right away. He's like, listen, girls, I'll be out in a minute. I got to work this one out because it's already started. And then the one girl's like, do you want us to help? And he's like, oh my God, am I still dreaming? And then they're like, no, we're whores. Just like Caleb said.
Yeah, it's
so unnecessary. Like
it's unnecessary.
It's out of place. It's out of place.
I was gonna say it's out of place, but I don't. It's not even out of place because it shouldn't have had a place. Period.
Well, no, yeah. I don't mean. I don't mean like, oh no, it would have fit so much better later on in the. I didn't mean it like that. I mean it's like almost like something that was spliced in from some movie, low budget Skinamax movie. Like I'm like, this just doesn't even. This doesn't even work. Like this is dumb.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah. It was just so dumb.
It was
like, what if he had just woke up and like there's a bunch of girls in his house because they're full at Buffy's, and he's just annoyed and aggravated or whatever. Right. Like, why does it have to be this creepy sex thing? You know?
Yeah.
Especially when I realize none of them really are, but they are representing teenage girls, and he is 22, I guess, 3, somewhere in that neighborhood is what they are now, and it's I don't fucking know. 23, 24, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, damn it. Sorry. We cut to the hospital, and Faith and Willow are there. They have gotten the stabbed lady to Shannon to the hospital, and I'm thinking, dude, that knife was like this fucking big and like thick as shit, and he like drove it into her like hilt deep. I'm like, I don't think there's any. And then he threw her out of the goddamn moving truck at about 55 miles an hour. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I don't feel like there's gonna be any way to save this lady. I feel like she's dead. But they seem to be. The doctors seem to be, doctoring. And Faith's like, listen, I don't like being here because this is a hospital and I've had enough of that.
Yeah.
And she's a little pissed off that nobody gave her a heads up that there was this thing that was trying to wipe out all Slayers. And she's like, and nobody gave me a heads up, and I was in prison. And I was thinking, a heads up? What are they supposed to do? Fucking send you a raven? Like, how are they going to give you a heads up in prison? Like, you can't just call the prison switchboard and be like, yes, I'd like inmate Faith, please. But anyway. And then she's kind of just being pissy in general about, and I'm like, bitch, you're the one that decided to go to jail and like let them jail you and stuff. Like, why are you pushing this off on Willow and the red? Like, this was literally your conscious decision because you deserved to go to prison for murdering people. Like,
but she does mention, and I like that she mentioned this. She does mention that she was attacked by a bringer in prison.
Yeah. No, I get that. No, I get that. But I'm saying they had, number one, they didn't really have a reliable way to get you a message. Number two, they figured you were safe because you were in prison. I don't know. It just seems a little weird that she's...
I don't know. Like, Angel goes to visit Faith all the time, so presumably she can have visitors.
Well, maybe she's in prison in L.A. Is there a prison in L.A.?
She is in prison in L.A.
Well, then there you go. He lives right there. They live like an hour and a half away.
I'm just saying, I don't completely disagree with her.
And no one has
someone could have been like, maybe we should go pay Faith a visit and let her know that someone's trying to kill off the Slayers.
But I swear, I'm probably wrong. I realize this. So correct me if I am. Didn't somebody bring up Faith at some point in this season, and Buffy literally said, "Well, I think she'll be something along the lines of I think she'll be safe because she's in a prison."
No, because that's been one of my issues this entire part of my issues in this entire season is the fact that everyone keeps talking about Buffy being the Slayer, and if Buffy dies, the one of these potentials is going to get called, and no one has said shit about Faith.
Okay, all right. I'm misremembering then, but so yeah, I mean, I guess I see Faith's point a little bit, but at the same time, it's like you're not a potential. You're a full fucking force fucking Slayer. So, number one, so you should be able to handle yourself. But number two, you were in fucking prison because you murdered people. So let's not play the holier than thou card, you know? I don't know. I'm just saying. It just seems a little douchey. So Faith leaves to go find Buffy. And Willow is kind of like, hey, maybe you shouldn't just kind of just show up on her out in the dark while she's patrolling. And of course, Faith blows her off like Faith always does. And then we cut to a girl running for her life, apparently, and someone chasing her, which you can pretty early on tell it's Spike because you see, you know, the leather trench coat, and you can see the blonde hair, and he's chasing behind her, and she stops at one point, and she's like looking like where to go next, and then Spike kind of dives through and knocks her down. Doesn't necessarily KO her, but kind of knocks her goofy, and he goes over her, he's gonna finish her, and you're like, what the fuck is Spike doing? And then boom, Faith jumps in, and fucking she starts whipping up on him. And he's like, yo, stop hitting me. We're on the same fucking side. And she's like, oh, maybe you haven't heard. I'm good now. And he's like, so am I. And she's like, I don't believe you because I'm Faith. And so she starts hitting him kicking him some more. And he keeps being like, oh, fucking stop hitting me. And then at which point she goes to hit him again. But then she gets punched from off the camera, and it's Buffy. And she's like, you know, yeah, right, I saw him chasing this girl. And she's like, yeah, because the girl's a fucking vampire. At which point, Faith borrows Buffy's stake and stakes the girl. And they all kind of realize the stupidity of the situation. And Faith says, yeah, we've met before. And I'm like, have you? And then I remembered later on when she says where they did meet. And I was like, oh, yeah, they have. So we cut back to the Summers house, and Faith shows up with Buffy and Spike and gets a rather chilly reception from everyone there, including Dawn and Giles. Dawn, of course, being how Dawn is sometimes, and she's all like, got her arms folded, and she's like, why is she here? Does she have to stay here? It's just like, we're going to do that, Dawn, again? I thought we were getting somewhere with Dawn. And Giles, of course, is quite chilly, and he's like, hello, Faith. Because I got to have faith. Ooh, got to have faith. No? So yeah, and I'm thinking, wow, Giles, you should probably just be being chill and kind of down low right now because you're in the doghouse, my friend. And then Spike kind of tells her that he's like, well, it's not all about you. There's some other shit going on. And meanwhile, the first appears to Caleb as Buffy. And they have a conversation, and you find out that he's been working for her, the first for quite a while, kind of running the show of the Bringers. He's also the one that did the bombing of the Watchers Council. And when he finds out that she's in the form of Buffy, the actual Slayer he's there to deal with, he gets super chub. and she's all like, well, how do you know she'll show up? And he's like, well, because she's a woman, and I gave the apple, and so as a woman, she must, her curiosity, you know, so more misogynism is what I'm getting to. And got to give it to him. He does a pretty good hillbilly accent for somebody who's from Canada.
It's true. He does. He does.
He does. Then we cut back and to the house, and Andrew's trying to bring the potentials up to speed on Faith's history, and we see this cool like pieced together montage of a lot of Faith's background and stuff and things that have happened all throughout her history, and
the way it's told by Andrew is
yes,
hilarious.
it's hilarious. It's just kind of the same way he did the episode where he was doing like Masterpiece Theater. It's pretty funny. He's like, and then she went dark for a while. She fell to the dark side, and she was so dark, in fact, that she even tried to kill one of the world's most one of the universe's most logical. And then we cut to her like beating up a Vulcan from Star Trek.
Yes.
And then they're like, no, it was a volcanologist, and he's like, yeah, I know, but why would she want to beat up someone who studies Vulcans? And Amanda informs him that he's in fact very stupid, and a volcanologist studies volcanoes, etc., etc. It's pretty. I love any kind of back and forth with Andrew. He's the shizzle.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
And they all kind of look outside, and Faith is doing some ridiculous nonsense kata in the backyard, and they've all been saying all this stuff. And then what's her name? Cho or Chow Cho?
Chow-An.
Chow-An Cho. No.
Just Chow-An.
What the fuck? Anyway, she said, because she doesn't speak English, and she looks and says, there's a strange girl in the backyard doing calisthenics or something.
Gymnastics, yeah.
Gymnastics, yeah. I thought that was funny. And then Buffy arrives at school, and Principal Wood is he's pretty fucked up. He's got a lot of bandages and so on and so forth. And she's like, "Well, you look better." And he's like, "No, I don't." She's like, "Yeah, that's true. You do look pretty shitty." And she's like, "Listen, I need you. I told you I need you in this fight. I need you." She's like, "But I meant what I said. I don't have time for your vendetta bullshit." And he's like, "Yeah, okay, fine, fair enough." And he's like, "You're fired." And she's like, "What the fuck? We just made amends and everything, and you're firing me?" And he's like, "Yeah, because apparently there's not very many students at the school. Some have left town, others are just not coming. All hell's about to break loose." So he's like, "And listen, it's you need to focus on the mission." So he's finally got the fucking it finally got through his fucking head that the mission is number one. So she's like, "Okay, you're right. Plus, frankly, the whole job thing hasn't been working out because we have other things going on in these episodes, and I just don't have time to spend here on this set." And he's like, "Yeah, we need to tear this set down soon anyway." So what?
We have to tear this set down soon anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really need to come back here. So, God damn it. Why did I lose my place? Fires her. So Buffy's told that Shannon has come, wait a minute, this is not correct. This is not right. She isn't just told. Buffy's having a conversation with
Spike and Faith in the
Spike and Faith in the see the whole goddamn this mother. It's all written wrong. We cut to the basement, and Faith has gone down there to get a smoke, and to get away from all the crazy bullshit going on upstairs with the teenage girls. And Spike is there, and he bums one off of her, and they have some flirty talk for a while, basically. And then Buffy shows up, and she's like, wow, you two are a couple of hooers. And then Willow hollers down the steps and says, yo, buff bitch.
It's Dawn.
Well, whatever. Who cares? It's somebody. I mean, really, like, who cares who it was? Says Shannon has woke up at the hospital, so you better take your Slayer ass over there and find out what she's got to say. So she bails, and we go to the hospital, and they're really roughing this girl up with this interrogation. Like, they're hitting her, and they're shining lights in her face, and they're waterboarding her at one point.
Willow keeps grabbing pillows and putting it over her face like 10 seconds at a time.
Yeah, she's like, do you like breathing? Do you like it? Then you better start talking!
Yeah, it's
and
weird.
Shannon is completely confused because she's like, I have literally will tell you anything you want to know. And Buffy's like, oh yeah? Well, take this. And she punches her, gives her a falcon punch. So, no, they're questioning her, and she's like, this dude's a fucking Looney Tunes. He's some kind of priest, and he burned me. And she pulls the bandage off to show the mark on her neck, and the camera zooms in on it, and it looks like literally nothing.
I cannot tell what the fuck it was.
It looks like nothing. It looks like, I don't know, like a little burning ember fell on her neck and burnt. Like it's nothing. And Willow's like, let me take a picture of that. So she busts out, oh my God. I remember when this was a thing very briefly where everybody carried around one of those little skinny ass digital cameras. So she busts out her digital camera and snaps a photo of it. And I'm like, yeah, I still can't tell what it is. And then she's like, and then he told me something that he wanted me to tell you. And Buffy's like, okay, well, let's get to talking. And she's like, he said that he has something of yours. And Buffy's like, that motherfucker, I knew it. She's like, wait, he said he had something of mine?
What?
Never even met the guy. So that's a big cliffhanger, apparently. Back at the house, Buffy's trying to motivate all the terrified potentials and the rest of the Scoobies, that explaining to them Caleb's there. He's clearly like the lieutenant of the first. He fucked this chick up. Blah, 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 blah. We also have a scene in here interspersed where Caleb is talking to this girl. She's enthralled with whatever he's been saying. And then he straight up murders her, and then she turns back into the first. And she does this for Caleb to get off his serial killer jollies. And he's all like, hey, why don't you turn into that one chick that I killed that I used to give singing lessons to? And because she used to be able to scream on key, too. And I was like, oh, this fucking guy.
Yeah. Like we find out in this scene that he was apparently a serial killer even before he met the first.
Oh yeah, and that's probably why it chose him. But
yeah,
and he really was a legitimate priest. The whole nine, like he didn't just he's not just wearing this shit, but he's obviously always been
cuckoo.
So we have that little scene where we learn that stuff about him, and Buffy's like, so I'm tired of waiting for the fight to be brought to us. This piece of shit says he has something of mine. Well, I'm going to get it, and you're all going with me. And I was like, well, that would suck. Because I'm like, is that really the best call at this point? I mean, she's like, you guys have all been training. And I'm like, why does no one talk about the fact that they are all useless? I don't care how much training they have. None of them are actually slayers and don't have slayer powers. It's like, but nobody talks about that. I don't know it. It annoys me. Giles, Spike, pretty much everybody questions this decision.
Yeah.
And Buffy's like, okay, well, I'll just take the ones that have been here the longest, that have had the most training, and that's what I'll do. And she's like, Willow, I need you to stay here to protect the people that stay here. And then she says, because you're my strongest ally. And I'm like, she says that about Spike. Then she says it about Willow. I'm like, you are such a fucking cock tease. Like, which one which one do you really consider the strongest, And she's like, and Giles, you're not coming either, because you can stay here and teach these ones that actually need a teacher. And he's like, ooh, sick burn. And she's like, right.
I'm wounded by your words, Buffy.
I'm wounded by your words, Buffy. I'm wounded. I considered you a doctor, but now I see that you're just a whore. So anyway, then off they go. Well, they arm up and everybody's getting different weapons and shit. And Rona says at one point, because Buffy's not there in earshot or whatever, but she's like, this bitch is straight fucking crazy. She's gonna take us in this motherfucker and get us goddamn killed. And I'm like, thank you, finally somebody fucking speaking some goddamn sense here. And then Xander goes on this big rant about I trust Buffy. I've been with her in more battles than I can count, and she deserves our trust, and we should follow her blindly, no matter what, and blah, 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 blah. Buffy and Faith come in midway through this little...
well, we should mention that Buffy and Faith had been on a recount. They had been following a bringer through the woods and found where Caleb's hideout is.
These notes are done so terribly that, I missed that. So, yes, like you said, they'd been following a bringer, and that's how they found, which is like a vineyard. It's an old vineyard is where he's at. Apparently he likes wine, too, because he's drinking quite a bit of it.
And Buffy and Faith have this little conversation about what Faith was up to, like, in Lost, because Buffy's like, so you were helping Angel in L.A., and Faith's like, yeah, we had to do this whole like mind walk thing with him, and and then Faith's like he says hi, by the way, and Buffy's like, he did, and Faith goes sure.
Sure, yeah, sure he did. So yeah, Buffy and Faith come in midway through this big pep talk, our ass kissing that Xander has done.
I really liked this speech from Xander.
I don't know. I've got my issues with it. If you want to go talk about it now, we can.
We can talk about it later.
Well, we might as well do it now.
Okay, let's do it now.
Okay, you go first, because you said you liked this speech.
That's all I have to say about it, is that I liked it.
What a dick.
You're the one with the issues, so you talk about it.
Well, I'm not saying that I don't like it or that I hate it or anything like that, but there's been so many times in the past where Xander has been critical of Buffy and not the cheerleader, Like, there's been specific times where other people have had to be like, yo, Xander, like, first of all, nobody's got a gun to your head here. Second of all, she's, taking care of us this long. Quit being a punk ass bitch. Especially like in the early days of like him and Anya. He went through this douche phase as far as Buffy went. Always questioning her, and you know what I'm saying? But now all of a sudden he's like the biggest cheerleader. I guess all I'm saying is I like the speech, but I would have rather seen it come from like Willow, Because Willow could have said the speech and also been like, I got to a point where, I went down this dark path and I killed a man and I nearly destroyed the entire world, and Buffy helped me. Like, she could have killed me, but she didn't. She's forgiven me. She's helped me find my, what I'm saying? Like, it just would have meant more to me and been more on target with the character if it had come from like Willow or something, as opposed to Xander. Honestly, it would have been even better if it had come from Giles, and he could have been like, listen, I was wrong what I tried to do with Spike. I was wrong. I see that now. She is the leader that I've always thought she would be. She is the general I always thought she would be. She deserves all of us, to back her up and do, and that could have been like a big thing, Buffy walks in on it, hears it, sees it, it really touches her. You know what I'm saying? That could have been like some mending of the rift there.
Sure.
It just seemed odd to be Xander, since he's the one of all of them who really used to question her a lot,
Well, and I think that's part of what makes it more meaningful from Xander as the viewing audience. Like, the potentials don't know that Xander has doubted her in the past, but we, the audience, do. So I think it, as the audience, it's a little bit more impactful coming from Xander, because he's kind of coming from a point where even he has doubted Buffy in the past, but now he's realizing, like, Buffy has taken down everything she's come up against, and if you, like, he's speaking from experience. He's saying, if you doubt her, or you doubt her commitment to you, or how much she cares and values your lives, then you're wrong about Buffy. That's my personal take on it.
Well, it's okay to be wrong. So, so anyway, she's like, yo, Zan man, thanks for the love, bro.
Well, and Faith has a funny little line, too, where she's like, she looks at Buffy and she's like, I didn't know you were so cool.
Yeah. And Buffy's like, yeah, I didn't either. So Buffy now leads the gang off to the vineyard. The gang including Spike, Faith, Xander, and Kennedy, Molly, Rona, Cho-Ann, Amanda, and Diane. I'm like, Cho-Ann is not one of the ones who has been there the longest. She's been there 2 episodes. Like, fuck off. Anyway, so they all head off to the vineyard, and they divide up into 2 groups, an assault team and a backup team. She tells most of them, she's like, basically her and the main Scoobs are going to go in, and she's like, the rest of you are going to be like backup in case we have to make a hasty retreat. We'll send a signal. And Xander's like, well, what's the signal? And she's like, I'm thinking a lot of yelling. And Xander's like, that'll work. So they go into this creepy place and down the steps and are immediately attacked by 11-7 bringers. And lots of fighting's going on. They pretty much wreck the bringers. And then the bringers kind of scamper off. And Caleb has appeared. Caleb appears. And he's talking some smack and whatnot. And he's like, you must be her. You must be the one and only. The big, bad, powerful Slayer. And then something happens that I'm not sure anybody was expecting back when this first aired. He kind of lightly punches her and sends her flying through the entire building to the other side of it, and she is instantly KO'd.
Yes.
And you're like, holy fuck balls.
Yep.
Darlene
was like, oh, damn.
Yeah. Well, because, up to this point, we're not led to believe he's in anything other than just a simple fucking misogynistic serial killer dickhead,
Yeah.
Clearly, we were wrong because this motherfucker's got some strength. Spike then, of course, vamps out and dives at him. And he just fucking... And he's like not even like working hard. He's just like doing like this and just blocking Spike. And then he's just like... Psh, and then Spike is out. Like he knocks Spike like 15 feet away into these barrels of wine, and all this wine pours all over. Dude, it's like, holy shit. And then all hell breaks loose. You know, the bringers come back in, and then Xander and Faith, and they all come flying in, you know, because they hear all this ruckus. Faith is quickly fucking also housed. And you can see just by the look on her face that she's like, oh fuck. So, and then at one point, Rona comes up he kills Diane.
Yes.
And Rona is like, no, and then she like takes a swing at him with, I think it's a sword. And
yeah, I believe so.
yeah, and he like disarms her and kind of twists her arm around. He's like, lady, you got your own things to worry about. And then just like breaks her arm like backwards, like he was just breaking a chopstick. And you're like, oh my god, like I'd rather you just kill me. Like, holy fuck, that is so many weeks of physical therapy and a painful surgery. And then let's see, Buffy sees this and she's pissed, so she runs in. Oh, I'm sorry. He also kills Molly. He grabs her by the throat and picks her up and just, I think he snapped her. Let's see.
Yeah.
He gutted her. Yeah, he snapped
one's neck and gutted the other one.
Yeah. And then Buffy sees this, and now that she's back awake and she's enraged, so she flies in. She does do some stuff. She sends him flying, you know, does a few things. At which point, Spike grabs her and says, "We are fucking leaving." And I'm like, "Yeah, you are." And Buffy tells Xander, you know, start the retreat, get everybody the fuck out of here. So he does that. He's grabbing everybody and getting them out of there, and right before Xander leaves, though, Caleb snatches a hold of him. And he turns him around, he looks at him, he's like, hold them panties down, boy. And Xander's like, no, not again. And Caleb's like, oh, yes, again. No, he grabs him, he's like, you're the one that's always seeing things, aren't you? And I'm like, wait, how would you know that? That's something that was said, last season or some shit? And like... Because he's like, I'm the one that sees things.
That was earlier this season in
the
one where they thought Dawn thought she was a potential.
Yeah.
And,
so it was something said to the Scoobies there, but somehow he knows this phrase. And I'm like, okay, fuck off. And he's like, so you're the one that sees things. And Xander's like, yeah. And he's like, well, let's see if we can't do something about that. And he buries his thumb in fucking Xander's eye socket. And... Yep. Nikki Brendan did a pretty good job. I mean, he let out a scream that was pretty fucking realistic sounding for somebody who's getting a thumb pressed into their eyeball. And you see this big, thick fucking vein of blood. You're like, oh my god. Like something serious has happened to one of the Scoobs. And Spike luckily flies in and tackles Caleb. Which gives Buffy time to grab up Xander, and then they all three fuck off. And Caleb gets back up and smiles like he's all like, oh, he's just sick, dude. This dude is just sick in the head. And you can tell he's like, oh my god, this is going to be so much fun. I am so masturbating after here in a few minutes. You know he is. The dude's fucked up. He's probably going to use the blood from Xander's eye as lube.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't you think? Dude, this is a serial killing total psychopath.
That's true. He is a serial killer. I'm sorry if you mentioned it and I just didn't hear it. Did you mention that Caleb talks about how he's the one that blew up the Watchers Council?
Oh yeah, I talked about that a long time
Oh,
ago.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, he's the one that well, because I said he's the one that's we find out that he's been working for the First for quite a while. That he's the one that's been running the Bringers. He's the one that blew up the Watchers Council,
Oh, okay.
etc.
I remember hearing you say the rest of it. For some reason, I spaced on the Watchers Council thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should be sorry for interrupting me. Um, we cut to the hospital, which it's just like a huge ward. That's all the people. Like, how do you bring all these people in with all these fucking injuries and be like, hey, so we fought this super-powered serial killer misogynist priest,
Right.
and we have some wounded. Like, how does that work? But anyway, bed after bed is full of the different allies. Yeah, it's just like Rona's arm is all casted up, and she glances over at Buffy and then turns away like, you fucking bitch. And like everybody seems to be quite not happy with her. Willow is down there holding Sandman's hand. I'm like, listen, he just got an eyeball plucked out. It's not like he fucking took an arrow to the knee. Let's not be fucking bitches here, you know. But he's like KO'd from a I don't know. Anyway, she leaves and kind of just walks through the streets, and Caleb. We cut to Caleb, who's talking to the First, and he tells the First that their victory is imminent because he will kill them all. And boom, credits, episode.
Yes. So apparently, according to Drew Goddard and Nicholas Brendan on the commentary for this episode, the DVD commentary, the scene between Faith and Spike was specifically written to be part of a setup for a potential Spike and Faith spin-off series.
Oh, dude, I would have been into that. I would have much rather have seen Spike in that than when. Spoiler alert: he goes over to Angel. I don't know. I would have rather seen that. I'm not sure that Faith could carry her own show, though. Honestly.
Well, nothing faith-centric ever happened because Eliza didn't want to do it.
Well, yeah, because from what I understand, she probably knew Joss Whedon like the real Joss Whedon, and she was like, I think I want to distance myself from this guy. Because she had done, what was it, Dollhouse? That was also his one of his vehicles, and
yeah,
I think she had figured out what he was, and she was like, I better distance myself from this fucking guy.
Also, according to the DVD commentary, producers went to Paramount and asked permission to use Vulcans and the likeness of Mr. Spock for the scene, and the Star Trek people were like, "Yeah, do whatever you want to do."
Yeah. Because what didn't Paramount own UPN or I'm pretty sure
Paramount was part of UPN, part of founding the UPN. Yeah. Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Would you like to play everyone's favorite game? Body
count. Fuck off. And I don't care what number you give. I say it's bullshit that you could possibly know for sure how many people gets killed in this episode. 11.
3.
Fuck off.
The vampire dusted by Faith, and then the 2 potentials.
Yeah, right. You're gonna tell me nobody died in that? Oh, really? What about? There's no bringers got killed in that fight?
Apparently not.
Oh, bullshit. I call shenanigans on these games.
You know, something we forgot to mention. Well, never mind. It's not important.
Okay.
It's not important. It was just a funny little thing with Andrew when they were all like gearing up to go to the fight. Someone mentioned like someone mentioned that the first could maybe, they were joking around, like, might have Godzilla there too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Andrew's like, and Andrews is like, well,
Xander.
well, first he's like, Godzilla's primarily Tokyo based, so he probably wouldn't be there. And then Amanda's like, besides, Matthew Broderick killed Godzilla. How tough can he be? And then Andrew goes, Xander! And then Xander's like, Matthew Broderick didn't kill Godzilla. That wasn't Godzilla. That was just a big dumb lizard.
Yep. Yep. I hated that fucking movie.
Our music...
Visually, it was awesome, but God, I hated it.
Yeah. Our music this week, just little Bobby Duncan with something about Buffy, recap The War Begins, and the bloody battle. Jeremy.
Yes, sir?
Can you please tell me, on our sliding scale of 1 to 5, how many Dead Slayers do you give this episode?
James, hold on to your panties because I'm about to fucking blow them off. This episode gets another 4 Dead Slayers.
Okay.
That's how much I liked it.
Okay.
And if I'm being dead ass honest, serious, like when it ended, I was like, what the fuck? That went way too quick. I double checked to make sure it was standard length episode, which it was, and I was like, dude, I want some more, like, right now. Like, okay. I love Caleb. You've known this since before Caleb showed up. I love Nathan Fillion that plays him, but I love the character. I hate Caleb so much that I love him. Like, he is a phenomenal fucking... he's way better than the first. Way better. The first is not interesting to me at all. Caleb is. He has a full, hard-on fucking background that's sick and twisted and ate up crazy. He could have been the big bad of any season that lasted the whole season, where, say, he got his powers from some kind of pact with a demon or whatever. Caleb is the shiznit. It sucks that we're only going to get to see him in like 6 episodes, but I love Caleb. Yeah, just as much as I love Turtles.
5 episodes, right?
5, whatever.
Yeah.
So for that alone, it gets like 3.5 stars just because it's Caleb's introduction. But him aside, I thought it was a good episode. It paced quickly. There wasn't anything egregious like we had been prior to last week. You know, just tearing things apart because they were stupid.
Sure.
You know, there were little things here that we nitpicked at because that's kind of what we do on this show. But no, I enjoyed it. I love these Caleb episodes because you're like, fuck, this dude is fucking strong as shit. And we're going to find out some more things, as you know, in the next couple of episodes, of how, I don't want to give anything away, how he gets really his power and the extent of his power. I don't know. I just think he's a very interesting, great villain. And this being his introduction, I say it's great. And I say this definitely moves the main plot forward. So it gets points for that too. So yeah, it's a 4 to me. This has been 2 fun episodes, in my opinion, back to back. So they were easy to do. And that's all I got to say about that.
Okay.
James?
Yes, sir.
Tell me and our lovely audience, on our sliding scale of 1 to 5, how many scantily clad teenage girls playing pillow fighting do you give this episode, and why?
Well, prepare to reach completion, Jeremy, because I am
Oh.
about to to blow your mind.
Oh.
I give this episode. No, it's a 3.
Wow.
It's a 3.
I forgot to say one thing. Hang on. P.S.
Sure.
It's also a 4 because Xander gets his eyeball thumbed out of his fucking skull. And fuck Xander. Okay.
Yeah, I give it 3 scantily clad. What did you say? Scantily clad teenagers?
Teenage
Or
girls
potential?
pillow fighting.
Oh, yeah. I give it 3 of those.
Okay.
Yeah, I give it 3 of those. Yeah, it's a good episode. It's not better than last week's episode, in my opinion.
No. But I say it's equal. You've cut out, bro. James is having a little audio situation here, and I'm gonna. He's back.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's a 3. It's not as good as last week's episode, in my opinion. But it's definitely better than what we were getting before last week's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a 3. It's a 3. Yeah, I mean, I really don't have much else to say other than what we talked about during it. I like the introduction of Caleb.
You ever think it's because you're a whore?
I think you know, what I remember of Caleb, I'm gonna preemptively say that I think it was a missed opportunity not having him introduced sooner in the season.
Which Joss Whedon actually said in like 2004 or 2005. He's like, yeah, it was a huge whiff not bringing him in from like the get-go.
So yeah, I think I think, like you said, we have moved the story along a little bit, for what it's worth in this episode. And I think now we've got, not that, so this is kind of hard to articulate because obviously the Bringers were a threat and have proven to be a threat, but I think with the introduction of Caleb, now we've seen finally some real stakes. You know, it's a shame that we're in fucking episode 18. But I mean, because now we've got 2 dead slave potentials, you know, and not just by like, yeah, we have 2 other dead potentials so far before this, but one hung herself and one got killed by an Uber vamp. Mm-hmm. Now we've got 2 dead potentials by one person's hand, which I think, you know, gives us a viable threat at this point. And we've got major damage done to one of our main characters.
Yeah,
you know.
He lost some health. He lost some hit points.
Yeah, so I mean, because like, spoiler alert, Xander is down to 1 eye now. Like, poor bastard's wearing an eye patch for the rest of the series.
Yeah, which
granted is only 4 episodes, but still.
But even in all the comics, everything after then, he's always... And I'm like, dude, you're telling me you guys can resurrect motherfuckers, but you can't hocus pocus this dude a fucking eyeball? You know, I mean, come on.
I don't care about the comics. We don't
They're considered canon.
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I
will write and let them know.
It is interesting though, because I wonder, with the Buffy sequel series, had it gone to full series, I wonder if those would have still been considered canon.
I don't know. I don't know if they had. I don't even know if anyone had ever even considered addressing that, but from what I've read, they are considered canon. So
yeah, they are. Yeah, they are definitely considered canon. Like they're. I would have to say no, that they wouldn't have considered that, because there's no new Sunnydale in the comics, and well, yeah.
So I'm gonna have to say probably not.
And spoiler alert: by the time the comic ends, Buffy is a cop. and
Yeah.
she wasn't going to be a cop in New Sunnydale.
Right. And she was also on the side, she was also a stripper.
Oh my god.
At Willie's new establishment called Come See the Slayers Nip Nips.
Jesus.
I'm just saying. I didn't write the shit.
What spoilers I have read about the pilot for New Sunnydale, Buffy was going to have a job as an insurance agent.
Oh my god. Well, in some ways, I'm not too upset then that it didn't happen. An insurance agent. Come on.
You know, so... and that, like I said, that definitely in the cop when in the
well, they could have
comics-
just said that this was they could have just said this was an offshoot timeline, and then not have to worry about the main. They could have said this isn't part of main canon or whatever.
That's true.
They can basically do whatever the fuck they want. So
yeah, yeah, because in the comics, the series ran for 5 more seasons. It ended with season 12.
Yeah.
So. But anyway, yeah, I think it's a good episode. It's a 3. There's nothing egregiously wrong with it, like you said. And like I said, with the introduction, I wish, based on what I remember of Caleb from the rest of this season, was a missed opportunity not introducing him earlier in the season, because I feel like this is the only viable threat we've really had.
Well, yeah, he's a tangible threat that can actually not just stand there and talk shit.
Yeah, like I said, he single-handedly killed 2 potentials. Not that that's... I mean, they're teenage...
You and I could have probably done that.
but the fact that he killed them, you know, it's a viable threat to...
Well, and he also housed Buffy, housed... Faith, house Spike, you know.
Yeah, and like you said, gouged out Xander's eye. So
yeah, used it for lubrication for later masturbation.
So it's the first. I like the way you said it. It's the first tangible threat we've had all season. Yeah. You know,
other than just the bringers,
right? And he shows up in fucking episode 18. Like, come on.
Yep.
So,
come on,
it's a 3. It's a good, a solid episode, and that's all I have to say about that.
All right, then. I agree. James, BuffyRevisited.com has a link to our YouTube page where you can watch the video version of this very podcast at this very moment in time. Don't try to figure that out.
Don't figure it out. Your brain will leak out of your ears.
Yes, and not in a good way. You can also get our email address there. Nope. We're not gonna. Nope.
Hold on a minute.
We're gonna leave that one there.
How is there a good way for that to happen? I need to know.
Because sometimes it just needs to be.
Okay.
Sometimes your brain gets a little full, and you need to tap it and let a little out to release the pressure.
Oh.
Yeah. See, it's real simple.
Okay.
Also, BuffyRevisited@gmail.com. That's our email address if you want to. Whatever. Nobody's going to use it, so it doesn't matter. We've been saying this for 5 years, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, thank you for listening. As long as there's people listening and watching, that's all I really care about. So thank you if you're a listener. Thank you if you're a watcher. We appreciate you. And next week, we're going to be diddling Season 7, Episode 19, Empty Places.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
James, anything you want to diddle or say to wrap up this week?
Nope.
Nope. Sure don't. Well, in that case, I'll do the diddling for us. I've been one of your hosts. I'm Jeremy.
I'm your other host, James.
Ta-ta.